What is going on, garden fans? Welcome back to the Permaculture Homestead. I've been out of town for a while, kind of taking a break, and wanted to get you all updated, do a quick walkabout the food forest, show you what's going on. This particular video I'm showing you today was actually taken at the end of May. So this was May 25th video of the food forest, and some things are kind of coming to an end, like my chamomile. My flower bed here is coming to an end. The chervil is flowering and I'm collecting seed from, and things like my poppies are finally coming to an end here at the end of May. So coming into June, a lot of my summer veggies and flowers and herbs are really starting to pick up their swing of things right now. Here is a small 3x3 veggie plot where I've got marigold and basil as companion plants to peppers and eggplant. So there's some basil, there's a pepper, got some eggplant right there, and at this point in the game they look really good. So you're kind of getting a glimpse of the past right now. I've got sage and carrots growing together, they're great companions, and my goji berry are really starting to come in. I bought a dehydrator this year and I dehydrate my goji berry. They really kind of taste like raisins after they've been dehydrated. More veggies throughout the food forest. Lots of basil, peppers, and eggplant this year. We're just trying to grow stuff that we eat more of. We don't really eat a lot of tomatoes or use them a lot. So I've kind of changed up my vegetable growing strategy, which is good anyway. You should always practice a crop rotation. As I give you a broad look at the food forest and then start digging deeper, like I said, we've got peppers and basil all over the place, but the moringa that I had overwintered is finally starting to make itself known. And they do grow quick here in the South Carolina summers. My vegetable box here, I've cleaned out my spring veggies and am now growing some summer veggies like Malabar spinach and green beans. So keep in touch for an update on those, see how they develop. My pineapple guava guild with pineapple guava, and here is some longevity spinach that didn't quite make it. I'm kind of glad I bought two of them, but I have pineapple guava and moringa there, and right over here is my other longevity spinach that seems to be doing well in the shade. So I've found already that they're a pretty succulent plant and they don't like a lot of direct sun, so the longevity spinach I got seems to grow best underneath the shade of my elderberry. And I've got all types of other veggie crops growing here, okra, basil, and more marigold. Thanks, Ian, over at Lolita's. He kind of hooked us up with some great marigold seed this year. Really germinated well. So I'm going to step back and get back on the beaten path here and talk about my potato buckets that I've been rotating. Oh, first let me show you some of these Triple Crown blackberries. They are really big. Planted these last spring and they're putting on fresh new canes this year. Back on the sweet potatoes, I'm rotating out my spring potatoes and I literally work and turn them and plant sweet potatoes right back into those buckets as I harvest. It gives us a pretty continual harvest of potatoes. Got a really fun guild here of artichoke. Here's some moringa, there's some ginger, and right next to that ginger to the left is some autumn olive. So this is a really nice subtropical, I would consider it guild, where I have a lot of heat-loving plants that grow best in subtropic scenarios. Pakistani mulberry, still kind of struggling since our frost, but its companions are looking good. Anise hyssop, garlic coming in, and all types of raspberries and autumn oliver with that plant. Whole food forest looks pretty good at this point in the game by the end of May. Just to give you a little teaser, since this video we've had quite a bit of rain, so everything is looking very different at this point in the game. Sweet potato I have growing here as a ground cover actually came up from slips that I had planted last year. So I know many of you saw that I tried sweet potatoes and sticking vines into the food forest. Well, it actually worked, and now I have sweet potato growing as a ground cover all over the place. This is cardoon flowers. Really love the color, the shape of them, and they bring in all types of pollinators. So I've been really happy adding cardoon to the food forest this year. I've got some blackberries trellised up over our chicken run area. Any that fall, of course, the chickens get to them, but we have been overloaded with blackberries this year. Tons of blackberries. At the top of the hill here, I've got a jujube guild with jujube, autumn olive, lemon balm, and mint, and that's kind of the theme on these three swales back here. These hugel lumps, sorry. These started out as vegetable boxes that I chopped down. We've got pomegranate in here as well. So these three hugel lumps, which were once vegetable boxes, are now housing 2 pomegranates, 3 autumn olive, and 1 jujube, along with all the ground cover of mint and lemon balm to go with it. So we harvest, we dry our herbs, I let some of the weeds grow, and it's pretty abundant this year, much more abundant than last year, and I have to do a lot less work, seeing as a lot of the anchor plants are already in and established. Pawpaw looking good, really surprised by its growth this year. The rabbit poop veggie plot is looking pretty good, and kind of getting zucchini already. So we make breads with any extra zucchini we harvest. It just gives us a way to freeze them and store them. The buckwheat has come and gone and now put some seed in. Sunflower on the back row are looking good right here at this point in the game. And the corn is just now starting to peek itself through as the squash is starting to vine around. Definitely got green beans right here coming in. Maybe a little pest damage, but we don't spray or treat at all, so I just kind of let the pests and predators fight it out with each other. It's been a pretty nice little guild back here this year. I did something different than I did last year, but you know, it was just to put seed in the ground and walk away. That's really been my method of gardening. I really try to have a huge hands-off approach. I don't like to intervene much anymore, and I'm trying to find the hardiest of hardy plants. I want to end on some rhubarb. This is rhubarb growing in South Carolina, which usually you're not going to find because it just gets too hot here. However, on the west side of my house, hiding behind all this raspberry, rhubarb seems to do pretty well. Here's my giant perennial kale plant that I just keep chopping and dropping, and it keeps coming back. And, you know, I'm going to kind of end the tour here, garden fans. I made a whole circle around the food forest. So much going on and growing on. I appreciate y'all sticking with me for all these years. Please like, share, and subscribe, as always. And keep in touch. Got a lot more fun video coming your way this summer.